You've seen it on TV, but you never think it's going to happen to your family. And what is that? That is hoarding. I'm Ellen Mitchell, your heels on the ground in the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area. And on this channel, we talk about everything: probate, guardianship, senior relocation, general real estate, and yes, hoarding. Hoarding has become such a big thing, and it's so sad. Most families, including myself, think that it could never touch them. With so many people living far apart from their elderly parents, I'm seeing this more and more. People that you never thought this would happen to. Last week, I was contacted by a young woman in California. She came down to visit her mother, who lives alone in Florida. And when she went into the home, she found that it was horribly hoarded. She was hoarding not just things, but cats. And so the overwhelming smell of cat urine and feces, she just couldn't believe that her mother was living in these appalling conditions, and she had no idea. On the phone, the mother seemed the same as usual, alert, positive, and engaged. But it was a far different story when she came to visit. So what do we do about that if we can't be near our elderly family members? Well, I think one of the things that we can do is to have a trusted person to check in with our family member, whether it's another family member in the area, someone from the church, whoever it is. It's really important that someone go in and physically visit that elderly family member, I would say at least once a month, to make sure that all of their needs are being met. This woman hadn't been refilling her prescriptions. She was in very poor health. It was a trip and fire hazard, and her daughter was just devastated. So what did she do? She had to hurriedly move her into a nursing home without making the initial plans for the possibility of getting Medicaid. So what's going to happen with the property? I'm very fortunate that I work with a wonderful team that will come in, and they are hoarding specialists. So they will come in and remove all of the personal property. The family really has like 3 choices. One choice is to have everything removed and trashed. A second choice, if they can't go through the things fast enough, would be to have everything moved to a storage unit and go through it there. And the third option would be having the hoarder professionals come in, put all the paperwork and photos into boxes, and trash everything else. So it's really difficult, but the team that I work with, they are engaged, they're sensitive to these situations, and trained. Another thing that they do for my clients is they will go in and do everything if the property is being sold, and they will wait until closing to get paid, because oftentimes these families have limited resources and their biggest asset is the property. So I've arranged for my clients to be able to bring this team in and wait until closing to get paid. So what are the steps? First, we would bring in a hoarding specialist to handle it any way that the family dictates. Then we would have the property deep cleaned. Oftentimes you have insect infestation as well, so we would bring in a professional to get rid of roaches, ants, whatever the infestation is. If there is a rodent problem, we would have that taken care of as well. After that, we need to really take a look at the property and see, is this property financeable? So what does that mean? It means, is this property in a condition that it could sell to an end user, someone that's going to live in the property and get a mortgage? And so that really depends on the condition of the property itself. We'll go into that in another video, but it's important that you work with someone that has handled these things each step of the way, and that the listing agreement and sales contract are written properly. So if you're waiting for someday to do your documents, I would let you know that today is that day. And if you have a family member that lives out of town, I really think it's worth taking a look and finding a local person that could go into their home on a monthly basis and check on them. If that had been done, this situation wouldn't have gotten so out of hand, and the daughter would not have had to drop everything and swoop in when it became a catastrophic emergency. So I do read all of the posts that you guys leave, all the comments. If you like and subscribe, it really helps our channel.